Good morning, everyone. I'm Pastor Keith. Welcome to our version this morning of Virtual Bread. Maybe right now you're becoming frustrated and you have a tendency to grumble. And you grumble about many things right now. We are homeschooling. We are stuck in our houses. Those are probably least serious of our problems right now. There is health concerns. There is economic concerns. And it's easy to lose our way and to begin to complain and begin to think that things are not going to go our way or get any better. And if you're grumbling right now, you're in good company because the Israelites also grumbled. The Israelites were God's chosen people. He had rescued them out of Egypt. He had provided for them during this time. And they came through the Red Sea. He had parted the Red Sea, and he had, after they passed through, he had closed the waters up and swallowed their pursuers. And he was leading them by fire and by smoke, pillars of fire and pillars of smoke every day through this wilderness. And just a few days after coming out of the Red Sea, they come to an area in the wilderness, and they have no water. And they begin to grumble. And the Bible says that the people grumbled against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" And he cried to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a log, and he threw it into the water, and the water became sweet. Now, they had gotten to this point where they had forgotten what the Lord had done and what he had provided for them. And all they saw was this current circumstance where they were in, where there is no water. And when we look back, we notice that God was working the whole time in this situation, even as far back as saving Moses as a baby. If you remember the story, Moses' mother put him in a basket in the river, and Pharaoh's daughter found him and took him in and raised him as in their own household. And after this time, he returned then back to his people, went back with his father-in-law and became a shepherd, became a farmer. And God called him out of that to lead his people out of Israel. So even as far as back as Moses being a baby, God was working in this the whole time. The people cried out to God. God heard them. He sent these plagues through Moses and Aaron, hail, frogs, locusts, consuming darkness. And finally, Pharaoh relented when God killed every firstborn in the land, but he saved the Israelites. He saved them through the blood of the Passover lamb. He had done incredible things, and now he had taken them out of Egypt. They had plundered the Egyptians, taken all of this wealth. He had parted the Red Sea for them. They had gone through the waters, and he had closed them up and killed their pursuers. And yet in just 3 days, they lost focus and began to grumble. And so if you're feeling like that today, maybe we can look back at what God has done and provided for us. Not just in our lifetime, but through Christ. Through the blood of Christ, he has provided our hope and our salvation. He has provided our way out of this slavery that we're in due to sin. And he has given us hope for the future. And so if our circumstance seems bad right now, it seems hopeless right now, we look to Christ and we say, no, this is the ultimate Passover lamb. This is the blood which we're saved by. And God is working in our lives to bring about a good result, which is our eternal relationship with Jesus Christ. So let's focus on that today.